Welcome to Amherst, Massachusetts, and McGurk Alumni Stadium, home to the Minutemen of UMass, just a stone's throw away from where the heart of the American Revolution was fought, and we are anxious to see a fight on the gridiron in this one. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 12 team of the country, the Yukon Huskies, taking on the UMass Minutemen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Yukon will deliver the opening kickoff, and we'll get this game going. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Minutemen offense takes the field and they'll go to work first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred. Because it's a rivalry game, we'll keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
He hurls one deep down the left side. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
UMass will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Bringing it back at Sheffield. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Huskies offense has the ball for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
Still on his feet at the 35. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
Finds him out of the backfield. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a fourth down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. Fourth down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. He wants to throw here on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
Between the uprights, it's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
This kid's got a big-time leg, man. He hit that into the wind, and it looked like that could have been good from 50.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Dropping back, it's Pumachan. Looking to the big tight end. And his throw is incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his man. It's Hardy. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. A new set of downs after the completion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Well, they tried the play fake, but it fooled absolutely nobody.
And that's the problem with play-action pass, Reese, is that it takes time to develop. The quarterback's got to fake the handoff, and receivers generally are running routes further downfield, so
all kinds of running room. And he'll finally slide after the long run. I'm not sure if he wanted to avoid the hitter. He just got tired.
This guy is I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Out of the gun to give to the back. They make the stop at the 19 after a pickup of 5.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And he was able to run through a tackle. They finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. So going for it on 4th down is one thing. Quite another to say we're going to run it for a couple.
Yeah, that's impressive because that was a long 2 yards. And I think there are a lot of coaching staffs out there that would have probably tried to throw it or get their quarterback on the perimeter or give him a run-pass option. But not this offense. They believe in their guys up front and get down in a 3-point stance and drive off the ball. And it works out.
Looking for the score. And it's caught. Touchdown, UMass. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The UConn offense goes back to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Finds his man, it's Anderson. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Touch pass on the right. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and it's UMass holding the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. 1st down to start the drive after the break. Using his legs, it's Robinson. And he has a solid gain before the defense bobbles him up.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
They're trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. With jet sweep pass. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these 1st downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football's a game of inches, and you've just got to find the angles to give your...
Going for it all. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and you you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Touch pass on the jet sweep. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? The UMass offense returns to the field, looking for a productive play on 1st down. Makes the quick grab. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Offense gets set for 2nd down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
He lost one down the sideline. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Lets it fly. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Minutemen.
I tell you what, when you give me that kind of effort, I'm going to find you more often. What a layout. QB throws the football a little bit in front of him, had to dive and go make the catch. He lays out, secures the catch through the ground. Remember, got to catch it all the way through the ground. Nice effort by that receiver there.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. UConn going back to work on offense. Line gets set, 1st down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
UConn comes to the line after getting another 1st down. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive player.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth game if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Back to the air one more time. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. UConn will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
He'll pull it down and run. At midfield, he's got room. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against it. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. He's looking to throw it. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Back to throw, it's Pumachan. Makes the grab over the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, UMass.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Minutemen. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you get hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The UConn offense goes back to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On second down, just keeps firing. Throws for the tight end. He makes a catch. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play in a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the first down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things, unleashes one deep. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. As expected, looks as if they'll run it out and go into halftime with a lead. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
Second half just about to get started, and UMass will kick it off. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. UConn going back to work on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Oh, so close to paying off. The tip really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's loose. He's at the 40, the 20, the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, UConn!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Quick pass on the fly motion. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The UMass offense returns to the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. He'll work his way down to the 28.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Trying to get to him. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Trying to convert this second and short. From the gun, the running back has it. Looks as if he has enough to move the chains. It'll be a first down, UMass. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Caught in the backfield, it's John.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back. Close.
Deep shot for the end zone. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down. They can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Works his way for 3 and gets him out to the 5-yard line.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The Huskies getting set on 1st and 10. Good surge up front. Give him 4 out to the 18.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run. Showing your physicality. Setting your offense up in a good spot.
Running back goes in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Crosses the 30. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Yeah, way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
This UConn offense really has it going. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. He now has 84 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Sometimes you wonder if rivals really don't like each other. This guy sure doesn't like anybody on the other side. He's tackling everybody.
And that's the kind of defender I want. The guys who don't like people. They love collisions. They love to throw their body around. Jesse,
And he's running in the open. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the 2nd level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
UConn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Huskies! They take the lead with the 6. The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down to the 26. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Here's the handoff.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight end and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Unloads it left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
To the air, it's Pumachan. Into the end zone. And the pass is intercepted.
Intercepted by UConn. And they'll take over 1st and 10.
The offense set for a first down play. Gonna run it. It's Robinson. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
This offense has a second down play. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. He's got 99 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. Throws to the tight end. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really nice job by the defense getting that last stop. All third downs in games are important, but this one just feels like it's the biggest down of this game right now for this defense. If they can get off the field, they've got to give it back to their offense with as much time as possible to have a chance to win this game.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short clip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
The UMass offense returns to the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Finds his man down the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. How about that sweet footwork along the sideline? It is a catch. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
The UConn offense goes back to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defense doing their job getting that last stop, and now 3rd in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to give it back to our offense with as much time as possible.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks.
Great job on defense. They did their film study. On 3rd down, they're trying to dial up the screen, see if they can get these pass rushers way up the field, but no can do. They get a tackle for loss on the play, now setting up 4th.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Let's see what he can do with it. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UMass. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. I think you're getting the offense the football back. But how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you? Get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. After giving up the punt return for the score, let's see if they have an answer on the kickoff. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UConn going back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
We just had no rhythm in that last drive, so someone's got... play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Let's see what they've got on second down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
And the Huskies will line it up on 1st and 10. The back goes in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got the first down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got it on the run. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
Fires to the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. 3rd and goal coming up here. Fires into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
They took a shot into the end zone, trying to come away with a touchdown. Nice play by the defense. You're expecting them here to kick a field goal. I know there's time left in the game, but just tie this thing up and let your defense go to work.
Touchdown, Huskies! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
Now that they have the lead, this kickoff unit has to stay in their lane, create some field position, and hand it over to the defense. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
Yeah, I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
He's got his man. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking downfield, it's Pumachan. Firing to the right, complete. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game. But it all comes down to this play right here.
And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down. 1st down for this offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. When you get this deep in the season and that 0 is still in the lost column, that target on your back just gets bigger and bigger.
And some people handle it better than others. We've seen some teams melt late in the season, and we've seen other teams thrive on it and embrace it. So this team so far has embraced it, and everything they've shown me, Jesse, throughout the regular season says that they're going to continue to embrace it and continue to play well.
Yeah, that's a great point, guys. They've got the target on their backs right now. They're not sneaking up on anybody the way they might have done earlier in the year when we didn't quite know who they were or what they're about. Everybody right now in the entire country, all of college football, knows that this team's for real. They've got to put it together now to close this season out.